it's June 19th, 2024, and I'm Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop. I have a ton of new stuff for you today. We have a new stitch card set from Lori. We have a new club from Priscilla and Chelsea. I have all my stitch along progress. We have lots of new items, and we just have a lot of stuff for you. There's a ton of details, so I'll try to go slow and show you all of the things. So we'll just jump right in and show you our first new item. It is Stitch Card Set U, and it's an Americana theme. There is the pattern set, which is available as paper only. It's not available as PDF. And they come in these sets. They're numbered. And then we have a thread pack. The thread pack comes with the Sugar Sweet thread bobbins. And, you know, it's very Americana. I'm going to show you the stitched pieces. Cheryl stitched these, and I wanted to show you this quick tip. When you're stitching something, when you look at this design, it's the same no matter which way you rotate it. So what Cheryl did is made two stitches at the top, and that way if she set it down while she's working on it and then she comes back, she'll know which side is up, so all her stitches will lay the same way. This is Heritage 25 Count Lugana by Lori Holt. Each of the stitch counts are 34 by 34. You can sign up for the Stitch Card Club. It's kind of coming towards an end, but if you're in the club, it's already shipped to you. And we do have something that is going to, we'll talk about it in December of 2024, but it will be something that will be something we can do for 2025. More details to come, but I can hint that it will obviously revolve around the stitch cards. And since these are customized to where the inside is 24 by 24, you're going to be able to pop things in, which is super fun. So this one is the Glisten Star, Glimmer Star, and you can see that same stitches up here. Sparkle Star, and the Heritage is it's much darker than Feet Sack, and what I like about stitching on this one is the white really shows up. So Lori was able to do a white border. Now that wouldn't work on Feet Sack or the white. And the only one that Cheryl did not put the stitches at the top is this one, because obviously when she started the flag, then you know what side is up and what side is down. So let me know if you've been stitching the stitch cards. These would look so cute all together, like as one piece or individually. But what we're going to be doing for 2025, it will be super exciting because it'll be something that you could do. You could stitch it several times, and I don't want to give away too much, so I'll have to stop talking. But I do love the stitch cards, and with the new 2025 sew along that we're going to do, or stitch along we're going to do, it's going to give me time to go back and stitch the ones that I haven't. Yep, it will be just like doing the Halloween ones way back. And this one, you know, if you're from Canada, for example, you didn't want to do Americana, you don't have to do red, white, and blue. This could stand alone. 3 of them could stand alone. You know, obviously this one wouldn't, but these you could change into any color. So you could make this Christmas if you wanted. You could make it Halloween. You could make it spring. You can do so much with the possibilities. And what I do like about the stitch cards is it's only 5 SKUs. 5 skeins. So to change the colors, if you wanted to make it non-Americana, is not hard, because you would keep the white and come up with 4 other colors. So you can kind of think outside the box on that. So thank you to Cheryl for stitching these. Thank you to Lori for designing them. This is our Spooky and Sweet Mystery Stitch Along. There is a thread pack that goes with this, and the fabric that this was stitched on is the Charcoal Dyed Effect 14 count Ada by Fabric Flair. So release 3 is now available. So we have release 1, release 2, and release 3. And if I wanted to give you a hint, kind of like if you look at this, you know, you've got Candy, but here it's gonna go diagonally, and he needs a little, the ghosty needs a little friend. That final release will be next Tuesday, and it's a completely free series at Fat Quarter Shop, and really cute. Jordan has some photos to show you of some of the stitches that you guys have done. He Cat Needles has a good start, yes, and I think that might be the same fabric, or it might be a hand dyed because it's got the zigzag on the edge. And then a bit of Scrap Stuff, Spooky and Sweet Stitch Along starts today. This is a free pattern, and the first release is available today. Sambree Stitches. And then this one is stitched on 32 count Belfast Vintage Stormy Night by Pat Matthews. And then, so you guys need to catch up. So go ahead and catch up on these before next Tuesday. And I think some of you got behind just because last week we didn't show it because we had a trunk show. And this one, I just really think you could really have some fun with the colors here. Like if you decorate, like obviously orange and black are something that most people decorate with if you're doing Halloween. But say you're not a purple fan, you want pink, you could easily switch out the pink. You could easily switch this to purple. There's so many colors that you could use. And then we want you to use the hashtag on the pattern right here, which is Spooky and Sweet Stitch Along, so that next week, or actually the week after, we can show some of your progress, because that's how we surge to see what you guys are stitching. And this one, you know, there's 3 purples here. So if you're not a purple person, pick 3 other, you could do 3 pinks. You could do 3 grays if you wanted to do gray. You know, pick another color if you don't want. And a lot of you said you're still working on your border. And you can kind of see the top of his friend's head. That's all I'm going to tell you. So yeah, so this one's gone by really fast. We will be working on a Christmas one soon. So get caught up so that you'll be ready for that one. And now I'm going to get to show you a lot of my stitch along progress. Super excited about this because I have a ton of stuff done. I've made a lot of progress, even though it kind of feels like I haven't. So monthly weigh-in started with July, ends with August. The entire set is available now. So all 12 patterns are available. The set of all 12 will be online later today. I'm still on May. Well, I'm done with May. So now I have June, July, August. So I still have 3 left. I'm just behind, but all of them are available. I stitched all of mine on the T-dye 28 count Monaco, and I stitched them, you know, in 2 separate pieces. This design is 6 by 7 and the sign is 1.5 by 5. I'm gonna start on June, and I'll probably try to do like June, July, August really fast because I want to be caught up for the next club that we're gonna have. So here's May, and Denise has been finishing these for me, basically copying what Priscilla did, and then these are from Polka Dot and Paisley, and so we're adding those. But now what I wanted to show you is a hint to the next club. So the next club by Priscilla and Chelsea is called Blooming Roots Series. So it's going to be a year of botanical beauty with 12 months of floral festoon residences and the new cross stitch series. So basically it's going to have a house. It's going to bring the charm and elegance of a blooming garden into every season from Priscilla and Chelsea from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. Each month you will get the chart from Fat Quarter Shop and the classic Colorworks thread. Now, last time the designs were 6x7 on the bottom and 1.5x5 at the top. So that was last year's. This year's going to be a 6x6 house and a 2x6 inch sign. So the house is going to be square and the sign is going to be slightly taller. This club will start in August. The first pattern is called Pumpkin Blossom Place. So the size is, I mean, it's the same amount of stitching. It's just the house is shorter and the sign is taller. And these will not have the months listed. These will have more of a saying listed. Priscilla and Chelsea will be stitching theirs on the white Monaco 28 count. We did just get a shipment of that in, so if you're wanting to use that, I would buy some up before it sells out. We do have a lot more on order from Checker. These are your first colors. So if you are in the monthly weigh-in and you enjoyed this club, I would sign up for the new club. We have sold 32% of all of our spots, and so our spots are limited by the number of threads we can get. So I hope you sign up for that. I will be stitching it. I have not decided on my fabric. My initial thought is to take the leftover pieces from the bottom of Word Swap, that was the whitewashed fabric flare, is to use that. But I want to wait and see when I can see the first design. So more information to come. I obviously signed up for the club so I can get the pattern and the floss, but I have not made a decision on my fabric. So you don't have to make a decision either. You can kind of wait. And if you have any questions on this club, just let me know. And you'll want to sign up today at Fat Quarter Shop. So another stitching with the Housewives that I finished is the Liberty Word Swap. These are probably, this will probably go down as one of my very favorite designs, this series that Priscilla and Chelsea have done. I started this at a doctor's appointment for one of my sons. And when I counted down for blue. I forgot about the red. So there's actually one more square at the bottom than at the top. You probably wouldn't have noticed that. And it kind of looks like my Liberty's kind of swayed. So when Denise finishes it, she's probably going to have to pull the fabric a little bit because it looks like I pulled it. This one didn't take me very long, maybe 2 days. And this is the fabric that I was talking about, that when we cut it, this part seemed to be at the top of each of the pieces. So when Denise cut it, she kind of cut me a piece and then she left all of this uncut, and it's a really big piece. So we're thinking we can just use the leftover pieces because we don't throw those away. We put them in like we keep buckets of fabric. That's probably what we will do. But just give me some grace because I have the right to change my mind. I obviously want to wait until I see the first pattern and just see how the sign looks with the house and the just kind of, I want to have more information before I make a decision. And we do have a video on how to finish these. The video is called Finishing Tutorial Mounting April Word Swap on a Wood Wall Decor. Shout out to Priscilla because we basically just used the same piece that she called for, or her and Chelsea called for on the pattern. And since I made my fabric piece a little bit bigger than her, my backing only has one fabric. So we wanted to show you that, just to show you that you can always do what the designer wants or designer designs, and then you can change it. You know, you can change the colors, you can change the size. I really just like the accent of this being in there. And we, at the end, when there's a trunk show, we will have a trunk show of all of them. There will be more than 12 just because they did a cross stitcher, and then I'm assuming they're gonna do others that are, you know, quilter, knitter, I don't know. I don't wanna speak for them. But this one was really, really easy. And when I was stitching this, I really just thought about how much I love stitching on Ada, and I have already figured out my theme for 2025. You guys will have to wait and see, but that's a little hint. And these are blue right here. They're kind of reading a little bit black. And I had a lot of blue, yellow, and green left over at the end of this, so I was able to add to my stash with the leftovers. Didn't I do a live a few hours ago? I did. I did not sleep very good either, and I was trying to sleep in as much as possible. And yesterday, I had to take my twins to the airport. I had to get up at 3. I got up at 3:45 and left them at the airport at 4:30 yesterday and did all of that without a nap. So I'll probably crash later today. Crafting a Plan Live said the stars in the left flag look a little odd. Let me see that, Jordan. I could have made a mistake.
You missed a stitch.
Oh, I missed a stitch. Are you serious? Point to it.
You'll see it.
Oh, I missed a stitch. Okay, thank you for telling me. Oh my goodness. Thank you for telling me. Okay, can you make sure Denise knows so I can fix it, because I'm going to forget. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you told me. So Square Dance, I started in January of 2024. I just finished June. This one took me, I think I finished this all in one day. And in the beginning, I changed all of the brown words. So I just picked the dark blue from the chart to stitch here. I did show how to attach the buttons the way that I attach them. Of course, it's not, you know, it's just Kimberly's way. This one is stitched on that same tea-dyed Monaco that the weigh-in is stitched on. And I used all of the thread that was called for by Heart and Hand. We put together a thread pack. The patterns are quarterly, so there's 4 Square Dance patterns. I bought the fabric, the thread pack, and then the buttons come within the pattern. They come like right here in a little plastic bag. Maria says she really likes Liberty and wondering if she could do it on 11 country and make the flags smaller. 11 count. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure you could. I love the Square Dance patterns. I'm dying to buy the patterns and floss. Oh, and then with Square Dance, she has Christmas Square Dance, Halloween Square Dance, and then another, I don't know if it's fall. I'm not sure, but she does have a Halloween and a Christmas Square Dance. And I like that they're small and you can just start and stop them. I like that what Denise and I decided this time was I'm going to wait till all 12 are done, and then we're going to look at them as a whole and then decide how we're going to finish them, and then mass finish all of them at one time. I'm sure we can do that on a video. It would probably be in 2025 since, you know, we got to finish them, and I haven't even started July. I am technically still in June, so I'm caught up on some things, and some things I'm not. This one was fun because you could just outline. You know, I could just outline the pink and then just fill in. Outline the pink, fill in. And on all of these, I started with the borders just because that gave me a spot. So if I wanted to do all of these colors at one time, I could, because I could count from here and here. I didn't have to count all the way from here to here. I could just count from right here. And then this is the doozy. This I have spent, this probably is about, I would say 16 hours. So the last time you guys saw this, It was across the top. This is Houses on Pumpkin Lane by Pansy Patch Stitchery. It's a 9-part series, so there are 9 patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Denise, Cheryl, and I changed the colors and put together a thread pack called Kimberly's Houses on Pumpkin Lane Classic Colorworks Thread Pack. It has the conversion. This is 18 count Ada, Vintage Country Mocha. So I'm stitching with 1 strand over 1 square. And obviously, when I started, January, February, March, April, May, June. So I'm 2 months behind, but that's okay. It will get done this year. I decided to make these easier by finishing all of this. But I was a little bit nervous to do, just to start doing all of these. So what I did, I was going to do it a little bit different and it didn't really work out that way. So what I did was I stitched this and then I started stitching here. I stitched the top and then I started stitching here. I think I went this way, this way, this way, and then this way. And then I decided, okay, I was going to try to do like all the same colors at the same time, but then I realized it's so big, it was too spaced out, it was too much. So what I did is I have this tray that I put all my thread on, that's on the side of a chair, and I put all my fabric, like I had my thread with my thread on top of it, because all of these look the same, like Just Rest. They all kind of run together, all the colors. Like these are 2 different colors, and it's hard to tell the difference. I don't have that memorized. So what I did is I kept the Classic Colorworks and put the thread on top and had like all of them laid out on the side table, and then I just went straight down. And one thing I noticed is this is the same here and here. So when I did this one, I did this one, this one, this one. And I did not carry over too much. I did on this month, but the others I didn't. And another thing that I did is, like the inside of these 3 have something similar. So I kind of did the outsides and then did all the yellows at one time, if that makes sense. But what I would like to do, I would like to go ahead and finish this. Just because that gives me a really good starting point, and it always feels good if you start the pattern, like if you start at the top and you go across and you know that it meets in both spots, that always gives me a sense of relief. So this took forever just to get to this, but I was hoping to get all of this done for June, but I really want to keep it where I'm not rushing it, and then I'm keeping my stitches just really nice and flat and pretty. So I am happy with my progress. I wish I had got done more, but this was a good 16 hours of stitching. And this is the Vintage Country Mocha, where one side is plain and one side is mottled. So, and this one will be framed in a really big frame with glass. Super excited. I'll probably hang this at Back Quarter Shop. So there's that. We do have something planned with the Peony House, but it will not be announced for quite a while. Okay, this next thing, I'm just going to show you. It's a mistake. Okay. This is a mistake. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Okay, Jordan, you want to zoom in? Okay, so this is correct and this is correct, but the arch is not correct. So because the arch is not correct, I kind of could tell something was off. So I outlined the green and the pink, and it doesn't meet up. It's 1 stitch off. So I can either, we're going to take a poll and decide if I just start completely over. I think it would be easier to just start completely over If not, what I will do, so you guys are going to decide what I do. Do I either pull the stitches out or just start over? Because obviously I have a plenty of this fabric. This is mushroom 28 count Lugana. Now, working with this versus working with the Monaco, it is much harder for me to work on this, and I make more mistakes on this than I would on this, because if you look at that, this is very thick and this is flimsy, and these holes are, bless you, it's easier to get the thread in the wrong hole. So you guys vote. Some people will do I'm leaning towards just starting over, just because I feel like if I rip this out, even though I have the floss fairy, I just feel like it's already kind of messed up. It's just easier to start over. Oh, that's so funny. She thought it said beer. Yeah, it says berry. Sorry. And this was part of our mini Simply Sign series. It's number 3 of 6. So I've done the other 2. So yeah, I think it'd be better if I just started over. And what I did with this, which is kind of what's leading me to my theme for 2025, is I was trying to do this at a basketball game. There's a lot of mistakes in here where I didn't exactly hit the hole right because I was at a basketball game, but it's harder for me to work with. So that's kind of leading me to what I'm going to be doing for 2025, if that's any kind of hint. It's something I did a couple of years ago. But yeah, I think I'm going to start over, just ripping it out. I feel like it's just going to, I don't know. It's just, I also think it's harder to rip out on this, which is Lugana. It's just not as, it's not as stiff as the Monaco, and the Monaco is stiff, so you can just like rip it out. So yeah, I think I'm going to start over.
58% say yes, start over.
Yeah, 58% say start over. Good. Okay. Yay. Thank you for voting the way I wanted. So Denise is going to find me another piece to start over. But yeah, I just don't think my stitches look as good as they could. Like just looking right here, I can tell that's a little bit off. Right there. You can see it's off. And it's because I was trying to do it at basketball. And what I do is when my sons are, when they're not in the game or it's halftime, or a lot of places you have to go super early and sit there. Like as soon as the game before you is done, you have to sit there, but they're not even practicing yet. So I might be sitting there for 30 minutes. Well, I just need to take Ada only. This is not, oh, and someone said I should start over on a fabric I like. Well, that's a good idea. I did stitch the other 2 in this fabric, so I probably will keep them all the same. But that is an idea. I could look at the mushroom and the 14 count and just see what it looks like today. I'm going to be going on a car trip, and that might be a good option. I'm going to show you our flash sales. A flash sale, every day we have a flash sale. It's 24 hours only. Today's is white polka dots on coconut. Can you zoom out? So the way it looks, let's do this. Let's do that, Jordan. I think you can tell. Yeah, I think you can just see it better. It's kind of like a cream. There we go. It's like a cream and the dots are white. So it's subtle. It's really hard to, it's subtle. That's on sale today. And then the needle bling design pattern, Welcome Summer. It's called Summer Buzz, is on sale. And then we're starting to sell out of these. Just a heads up. We put our project bags on sale 20% off. These It's So Emma project bags, the mesh bags. They're starting to sell out, so we've had to put in a big reorder. So some of the sets might sell out before the end of the month. These are on sale for 20% off through the end of June 2024. And then we got a lot of new stuff, which I'm super excited about because we haven't been getting as much new stuff, so I have a lot of new stuff to show you. So from Stitching with the Housewives, we have Bloom and Grow, In the Garden, and welcome to my garden. These are from the Garden Roundabouts. And I really like how Priscilla finished all three of them differently, because if you like this finishing, you know, you could stitch this but put it on this finishing. Or, you know, you could make them all four the same, all four different, and Priscilla and Chelsea list on the back where they got their trim and all the things. So those are their new Garden Roundabouts. And then from their Sasser Strippy series, they have Let It Be and Local Honey. And they've been using this a lot. I wasn't sure where it was from, and it's from Hobby Lobby, but I like this paddle. They've been using that on a lot of their finishing. The mini Mad for Plaid bags will be restocked, but they do take about 3 months to get back in stock. So when we sell out through June, what we sell out, you know, it actually has already been reordered, but it just will take a while to get. These are Twin Peak Primitives. These are exclusive to Fat Quarter Shop. They're called I'll Be Home Till Christmas, and there's a turtle, a snail, and a sloth. Cheryl will be stitching all three of these. We just got these patterns in, so Cheryl is going to give more details in the next few weeks. If you want to stitch along with this, let us know in the comments, and if you have any tips for Cheryl or what fabric you think she should stitch on, put those in the comments, and then we'll be hosting the stitch along and showing Cheryl's progress. But since it just came in, you know, what Cheryl likes to do is order the floss, order the fabric, you know, sit and think about what she's gonna do it on or stitch it on. From Cottage Garden, there is a series that's been out for a while that we had a customer request. So January's Snowdrop, February's Primrose, March's Daffodils, April's Daisy, May's Lily of the Valley, June's Honeysuckle, July's Delphinium, August Poppy, September's Morning Glory, October's Marigold, November's Chrysanthemum, and December's Holly. So we had a customer request. They wanted to stitch this series, so we bought them, and they're online individually, and then later today we will have a set of all 12 if you want to stitch all 12. These, I'm going to just pull one to show you, because then that way Jordan can zoom in, but I wanted to show you something fun, and I don't know how she did it, so maybe we could talk about it. So if you zoom in, she stitched these on 32 count water lily from Witchell. And see right here what she did? She pulled some stitches out. So her finishing, I would be so scared out of my mind to do that. She says all stitching was done with one strand of thread over 2 threads on 36 or 40 count. You may want to bump up to 2 strands if you're working on 28 or 32. It's a 12-part series. Each of the designs are perfect to stitch alone, but they are special when stitched together. If you decide to stitch the entire garden journal in one large piece, it will have a stitch count of 379 by 302. And they do have a model of all 12 designs stitched in one piece on 40 count lamb's wool linen. And she does not have any information on how she pulled these off, but really, really cute. And the pattern is in color, and it's a mix of Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works, and the alternate DMC is listed as well. Tiny Modernist, Sweet Summer Part 2, Summer Tradition Sampler, and Mermaid Terrarium. I think this mermaid is going to be super popular because that's so trendy for young girls. And this, we had her on as a guest, and she had shown several of the pieces she did where she wrapped this ribbon around, which I really thought was cute. Fringe is what that's called. I just don't know how you would, I don't think that I have the patience to do that, but it looks really good. Thread Milk, they have thread floss holders, but they also have patterns. So this is Snowman Feather Tree, and some of these are old and some of them are new. Liberty Feather Tree. Once I saw the new Feather Tree, I wanted to get some other ones. Bunny Feather Tree. I think they're super cute. And then the Honey Bee Feather Tree. So I don't remember off the top of my head which one of these is new, but because I liked it, I went back and bought some of the older ones. On the Pansy Patch, we're going to look at that in a second because I might have a mistake on that too. Did he tell you about the Liberty mistake?
Yes, he did.
Sorry. Okay, new Teresa Kogut, Honey Bee Biscorni. I know I don't say that right. I have no idea how to say it. Honeybee Needlebook. Making Beautiful Things. This one's really cute because she's standing on a spool. Just a Girl. And she's standing on a heart. I bet Cheryl will make that one. Honey. Cheryl loves hearts, by the way. And then Bee Garden. And I think this is one that was originally in her Patreon that she released in 2024. So it's something she had available exclusively to Patreon that she's now released to everyone. Blueberry Ridge, which is the daughter of Pansy Patch, has sampler season summer and in nature. We are low on this pattern. We have more already on order and should arrive anytime. Now, what I wanted to point out is the sampler seasons. There are 4. This would be a great pattern to pick one fabric you love, pick 4 flosses that go with a theme, 4 flosses that go with like a season, and stitch it up in silk. Like this would look so good in Belle Soie because it's got that variation, and I haven't stitched in Belle Soie in years, and I got to get back to it because I love it. New Pansy Patch, Betsy's Patriotic Basket, and this is chart 4 of 9. And there's the Canada Day and the 4th of July. So you can buy either and then swap in the one that you like. From the Houses on Wisteria Lane series, number 7 and number 6 are out, or 6 and 7. We have something planned on this. We're still very early in the stages of drawing it and figuring out what we're gonna do. It will be different than others that we've done in the past, so just be ready for that. Shannon Christine has quite 6 new releases. There's the Cross Stitcher's Paradise, Gingerbread Mandala, how do I say it? Mandala? Gingerbread Express 1, 2, and 3. And Home of the Free. And if you follow Shannon Christine Designs on Facebook, she gives a lot of teases to what's coming. So you can always kind of watch and you'll kind of know what she's coming out with, because as she's designing, she'll kind of give you a peek into what she's doing and ask for feedback. And so if that's something you like, you could always follow her to see that. Erin Elizabeth, red, white, and blue Biscornu, and strawberry Biscornu. New cross stitch, just cross stitch magazine Halloween. I'm gonna flip through what I can. These always sell out. Just so I'm just skipping through the Minna says Shannon Christine also has a lot of free charts around the holidays. I like her Facebook page a lot. I thought some of you would like this. It's a barn quilt. And even if you don't like Halloween, like if I'm looking at this, this would be easy to just stitch, leave the cobwebs off completely, color it how you want. It could be a barn quilt for any holiday or just a barn quilt. Doesn't have to be Halloween. Black cat sampler. So it has a lot of Halloween, if you like Halloween. And they do these every year. Will I be getting Hello America book? Yes. Can you tell Alicia to make sure to reorder that from Teresa Kogut? It probably already is ordered, but off the top of my head, I don't know. And this is the Halloween 2024 issue. They always do a Halloween and a Christmas. And they kind of group them, you know, the style, and these are all different cross-stitch designers. It's a mix of designers, and each of the patterns has the name on it. There's these, and there's one more, but I can't show you because of the chart. Trick or treat. Spooky Skyline. Spooky Brews. Those would be really cute in the top of mason jar. And that is the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. Okay, can I see the, I'm going to talk about this, but can I see my piece, the big piece? They think there's a mistake in the star. And then I'm going to look at questions. Okay, so tell me where you think this mistake is. It says, okay, can you find that comment, Jordan? Says the star on the Pansy Patch house. It looks like the star on the left side of the new row doesn't quite line up with the star above it. Oh, it does. Hold on. I'm just making sure because I don't trust myself anymore.
You said the left is off.
The left is off. Show me. Come point because I don't see it. Where?
It looks like you're holding it crooked. Isn't it?
It's right. The left star. It looks right. It's probably the fabric is kind of.
No, it's right.
Yeah, it looks right. Okay, yay. Only one mistake to fix. And then I wanted to tell you next week, this is a tease for next week. These are gonna be our brand new spooky cute ornaments. Brittany designed these. And we kind of went with the pink theme. Of course, you could change it to purple or green or anything. We wanted these to kind of be very sweet. And next week, I'm going to be talking, and Denise is going to do a finishing, and she's going to talk a lot about not only how you finish these in the sweet tart ornaments, but also how to streamline and make it to where you do all the things at one time so that you can actually get things done instead of like start, stop, start, stop. And now I'm going to answer questions. This one's really cute with the Smyrnas. And who stitched these? Denise stitched them. So thank you to Denise for stitching them. Any back stitch on this Christmas series? Which Christmas?
This one.
Oh. So. And these, just so you know, black and white and color. I don't see any back stitches. Denise, do you think? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's any back stitches. Just at a quick glance, I don't think there are. Does Kimberly use anything to help her stitch on a road trip? A lap table, a boardable magnifier? Yes. Okay. So, I'm going out of town today, and I actually am working on developing a lap desk for cross stitchers. So my lap desk that I've used for years has lost all the fluff in the thing. I have to go buy one on the way. I have to go buy one today before I go out of town. So I take either the Halo Go or a light that goes around my neck that we're having that company come out. It's the same company that we had talked about before. We just had them develop some colors that we like because I obviously don't like black and I always want to be cute. So I take Halo Go, that. I take all kinds of stuff. Let me think of what else I take. I take like a little, it's like a makeup bag that I have needles, scissors. I always have a line keeper, the floss fairy, several scissors, several needles, because I always drop them, and then a lap desk. Erin Diaz says, I typically stitch on Ada and have had a very hard time counting when trying over even weave or linen. Any tips for counting over two? I would say use magnifiers. And I did have magnifiers on when I started that. I just probably shouldn't have tried to do that. I should have done that with a Halo Go or something, you know, magnifier and a light. I think it comes with practice, but I agree, Ada's easier. Patty W says, I'm new to cross stitch. Can everyone tell me what they do with their finished projects? Does it get overwhelming to find places for them? I have a closet at home, and half of the closet is my clothes and half of the closet is cross stitch. I have more cross stitch in my closet than clothes. My daughter said the other day, Mom, stop making stuff. You have cross stitch coming out of your ears. And I was like, it's okay. I'll still make stuff. But I have it all over my house. I have it stored by season. I'm going to start decorating at work. I just haven't started. I haven't decided where I want to put stuff. If I just want to put stuff on the shelves or on walls, I haven't decided yet. So that will be done soon. But I stitch because I enjoy it. I stitch to decorate. But even if I ran out of things to decorate, I would just stitch more. It helps me with anxiety. I just like it. I'm not somebody who can just sit around and be idle. So I can't, like, I've seen one movie in a movie theater in like years. For me to sit and just do nothing feels so unproductive. And I just like to always be doing something. I'm not an outdoor person at all, so I love to be indoors in the air condition, watch movies, not movies, but like documentaries or podcasts or true crime or, you know, whatever I'm listening to. Yesterday I was listening to Joe Rogan, and it was so funny because I was listening to it. I had no idea who the guest was. I was like, who is this guest even? Did he even introduce him? That's how much I was paying attention. Sometimes I just have stuff on in the background to have on. Thank you to the super chat, Jill Hicks. Thank you to Fat Quarter Shop. I love the lives. Will there be a Harvest Thanksgiving little ornaments pattern?
We have one, Autumn Days.
We have one. It's called Autumn Days, and that was last year. So last year we did fall. This year we did Halloween. Who was the manufacturer of the 18-count vintage country mocha I would like to order? Zweigart. So anything that says vintage country mocha is Zweigart. Are the pinks and purples in the Halloween ornaments or just pinks?
Just pink.
Just pinks. What is a floss fairy? It's this little thing. So like this would be an oh, and then I also have these in my bag. So this would be an example of what I have in my bag. I would have a light, a magnifier. Usually, you know, I usually take 2 brands of needles for whatever reason, because what if I change my mind? The floss fairy it's basically gonna pull out, you can go like this and it'll take all the fuzz of thread when you unstitch thread and it becomes fuzzy. You can do this. And then I always have like 2 or 3 Wonder clips to fold my fabric back, and then I always have like a million pairs of scissors. And sometimes I have my needles here, and then sometimes I take them in this. It kind of depends. I have stuff everywhere, guys. So wherever, like today when I go out of town, I'm going to go out of town tonight. I'm just going to like run around my house, and I have lots of stitching areas and just grab stuff. So there's that. So you want to make sure next week you tune in, because next week we're going to be doing the ornament finishing. And Stitching with the Laughing Face says, I was just thinking this morning about how I used to have a lap desk when I stitched in my teens and 20s and should get a new one. Yes, I'm trying to get one made that will help hold your phone, but also maybe your stitching. Some other things. Maybe it would have like a little pad on it to put your needle or your, like a needle minder or something. I can tell you though that the best stitching lap desks that I found are at Barnes & Noble. They're just super expensive. I think they're way overpriced. So there. Okay, so I hope all of you have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next week.